he was trying to circumvent that. And also he's trying to circumvent that they're trying to bully NAFTA, because there's no fucking way the United States of America wants to get out of NAFTA. I'll tell you why. Because GM, Ford, and Chrysler will not allow, and all of the companies, all the major corporations in the United States won't allow it. They won't allow it.
Well, did you hear him slip in, Frank? Either they renegotiate it, or either we renegotiate NAFTA, or we're out.
That's exactly what he said, which is bullshit.
Yeah. No,
and I'm going to tell you right now, Canada and Mexico know that, right? They know that. The investment in Mexico by the major corporations from Canada, that's bullshit what I'm saying, because most of the major corporations that are in Canada are really American companies, right? You have subsidiaries in Canada, so it's the American corporations won't allow it. Go ahead, guys. I'm in.
Taking the whole situation, Frank, to the WTO, the World Trade Organization, so the U.S. is going to be in deep shit over that.
Well, you know, there are people in Canada.
I agree with you 100%. But what I'm saying to you, it's a bullshit bluff. It's like playing. You ever play bullshit poker with money?
Yeah. I haven't played it with Trump, but I know what you're saying, Frank.
Bullshit poker, because anybody who's worth their weight in salt with any available intellectual ability will know that all the major corporations, whether it's technology, whether it's the automotive industry, whether it's produce, right, has huge ties in Mexico, and it's a stupid bluff.
Yeah, they're going to have to. The U.S. will ultimately have to play their cards. They may not be nearly as good as they're trying to let on.
There do seem to be a lot of Canadian officials who are worried that Trump will pull out of NAFTA.
But hear me out. I'll give you an analogy, and Eric, you chime in.
Yeah.
You can only negotiate when you're within strength. You can't negotiate in weakness. The United States has weakness here, and I'll explain to you what I'm trying to say is that the multitude of billions, if not trillions of dollars that American multinational companies have invested in Mexico, there's no fucking way they can pull out. They're going to bankrupt the United States. It'll be catastrophic.
Now, I agree with
that. Catalyst for the destruction of stability in the economy right now.
I agree with you, Frank, but the thing is, I think a lot of Canadian officials are worried, because if, for whatever reason, if Trump is being honest here and he does pull out of NAFTA, I can only imagine what would happen.
Eric, you're smart. I know you very well. It's bullshit, Eric. It's like somebody saying to you who needs you more than you need them,
right.
If you don't do this, I'm done. All right, see ya. Pick a fucking exit.
But they're the one that needs you. I know what you're saying, and I understand.
The United States of America, they're multinational corporations that are out of the United States, have trillions of dollars invested in Mexico.
Right.
For the United States of America, this is fact. This is not a theory. I'm not talking out of my ass like Mnuchin just did, a fucking moron who's got a trophy wife who spends money like she's going in the electric chair. I'm talking fact. If the United States of America, which will never happen, pulls out of NAFTA, it would be a catastrophic event to the economy. The stock market would fucking tank in one day.
I 100% agree. So can you tell me, why do you think Trump is dangling this carrot? What do you think
that's what he's done all his fucking life, dude. He's been a piece of shit all his life. He's not a man of honor. I've been I'm far from being a smart man, but I've made many deals in my life on a handshake. Some of them have been my way, and some of them the wrong way. But I've maintained it either way. So I just had a meeting today, and I made a deal one year with a multinational chain store on a product, and it went the wrong way for me. I lost like $2 million, but I stuck to it. I didn't renege and tell them forget about it. But 2 years later, 3 years later, it went my way, and the chain store said, we're going to continue because you stuck with us when it was the other way.
Right. No, I hear you, and obviously I hope that Trump
is notorious. He's infamous for being a bluffer.
Right.
And he's lost millions of dollars for many people. He's never lost his money. but he's lost multitudes and millions of dollars for investors, and then he's negotiated bankruptcy deals.
And when you're in charge of the deal, this is what bothers me about Trump, and you know my position on him. If any kind of a deal, any renegotiation of NAFTA, and there will be one, and Frank, I agree with what you're saying, there will be a hue and cry come out of the White House about what a great deal Donald Trump made.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that he'll probably negotiate something extremely bullshit,
right,
something that has nothing to do with anything, and he will put up the flag and say that he's the greatest guy in the fucking world, right? That he brought NAFTA to its knees and negotiated a change in it, even though it is probably going to be a minor change, because the people who, listen, you're talking to a person who is not a big fan of NAFTA. I think NAFTA really hurt the blue-collar jobs in North America for the simple reason that Canada and the United States cannot compete with the very, very cheap labor laws and the very fruitless approach to environmental laws that are a benchmark in Canada and the United States, and well, in Canada at least still, because with Trump, he's a fucking idiot. He wants to drill for oil up his ass. He's an idiot.
Well, you know what? It hasn't been a very good week for the president.
NAFTA, once it was implemented, whether it's a shitty deal or a bad deal, all the multinational companies in the United States built trillion-dollar investments there. I'm talking about together, not just one, right? Ford, GM, Chrysler, Fiat from Italy is there, Volkswagen from Germany is there, everybody's there, right? Because they do business in the United States.
Yeah.
And some of the Japanese car manufacturers are there. What I'm saying to you guys is if anybody believes that Trump can bully NAFTA is naive, and I can sell him some fucking swampland in Boulder City, because it's not going to happen, because it is, Mnuchin, who's supposed to be an expert, knows, you can see it in his eyes, he's full of shit, that they can't bully anybody, because if they pull it on NAFTA, the world's going to go bankrupt.
Yeah, I mean, Trump comes obviously with a financial background. So the fact that he keeps saying I want out, and the fact
that he has no financial background. Listen to me. They just did an in-depth study on all the presidents. I don't know if it was the last 10 or last 15 presidents, based on their dialogue. And I don't know if they took 1,700 words or 2,000 words, or I forget what the numerical amount of words that came out of their mouth. And Trump is talking on the level of a fourth grader.
His vocabulary is not very good.